Welcome back everyone to the Blender Creator course, Stylized 3D Models, and this is where we left it off. Now let's come in and change a few of these. So what do I mean by that? I want to basically change the material. So on the bottom and top, in other words, these two here, I want to keep the same. But these here, I want to come in, make sure I'm on edge select, L, oops, not that one. These aren't here still, so Alt H, there we go. That's what I want. So I want to select all of these. Material, light wood, click assign, and there we go. Now the thing is with the light wood, as you can see, it's going the wrong way. So I need to rotate these around. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my asset. In fact, I've actually got it here. So yeah, I can rotate them around here. So I'm going to go to rotate 90 and then rotate on the bottom one. 90 on here, and there we go. Now they're going the right way. Now if I put this onto there we go, you can see there's hardly any difference in these. So if I click assign, you can see hardly any difference in these, but it is a very, very slight difference. It is noticeable when you've got quite a lot of stuff in here. Now let's come to the next part. So let's put it onto material mode again, and then let's come to these parts. Now we can see that these I've unwrapped in this way. Now, are they unwrapping the right way? So we can see, if I come to this, they're probably unwrapping the right way apart from this center point. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to, if I don't have this center point, the problem is it's going to unwrap all of this in one go. And then we'll end up with one grain this way and one grain that way. I don't actually want that. So what I'm going to do instead is, I'm going to remove just these parts here, the seam. So right click, clear seam. Now, I'll do it on this one as well. So right click, clear seam. Now let's see what these unwrap like. So if I press L, U, unwrap, let's have a look. Now it looks like they're unwrapping much better. And now I can actually, we can see we've got all of this part, which is this inner part, I think. I'm actually going to press U, Smart UV Project, okay. And I think that's going to unwrap it a little bit better than what we had. Actually, yes, that's unwrapped much better, as you can see. I'm just looking now, making sure. Yes, I think I'm much happier with that. I'm going to actually get to sign. Like so. And I think actually that will also work for us. Now, the one thing we need to do now is the glass. And we need this frame round here. So I'll do the frame first. So I'm going to grab this part going around here. And this part down here. And we can see this is what they've unwrapped like. Let's hit light wood, click assign. And I think now we need to pack them. So I'm going to go to UV and pack islands. No rotation on, click OK. And I think that's going to look much better. Now let's bring our glass in and then we'll get a real good view of what it's going to look like. So if I come to tab, let's go to face select. I'm going to select all of these faces going down. Now you can see the problem we're going to have actually is here. Let me just hide this out of the way first. The problem we're going to have is that this, it needs to have a little bit going over here, and I'll explain why once we've actually done it. So if I come in, grab this one and this one, you'll see that I shouldn't be able to actually make a piece of topology on there, which is kind of annoying. But there is luckily another way of doing this. We can probably get away with doing it with the knife tool. So let's see if we can. So I'm going to grab, I want to grab this one in there. So I'm going to hide this out of the way first. So hide it out of the way. Then I'm going to press K. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to press A to go all the way over to this point. Press the enter button. There we go. Now, did it actually go all the way around there? No, it didn't. But I can press K again. And come to this point, press the enter button, just so I don't end up with any n-gons, like so. All right, now let's undo these parts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually make a seam on here as well. Right click, mark seam, and then what we're going to do now is we're going to grab all of these pieces of glass, like so. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to press 1. I'm going to unwrap these a little bit different. I'm going to press U. Project from view, click OK, And this is what we'll end up with. Now I'm going to make them a little bit bigger. And then what I'm going to do is assign glass. And here we go. All right, so we've got these now that we can actually use. So if I press S, what I want to do is I want them roughly to be the size so I can stick these in there. So you can see now, if I bring this down, this is nearly the right size. This one here, you can see. So if I press S a little bit more, there we go. Just drop this one in, like so. Now we can actually start work on these parts here. So if I come in L, you can see that these aren't split and we need to split them up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in, grab this one and then press A, G, and just move them out the way. And now you'll see that when I grab all of these now, I can grab them all like so. You can see now these are split, which is what I want. Now let's let me think. Let's just I think what I'll do is at the moment, because we're working in here and I need to show you what I'm doing, I'm going to move this part up here. So if I put this up here like so and then drag this part over here, now it's going to be much easier for you to see what I'm doing. Even though it's a bit easier actually to work this way, but never mind. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this one. I'm going to press G just to move it across. There we go. Then I'm going to grab this one. I'm going to press G to move it across. I'm going to grab this one, G, move it across, and then I'm going to press S. Same for this one. Press G, move it across, make it a little bit smaller. And again, we only need to do this once, because once we've done it, it means that we can actually reuse this window over and over again. So I'm going to grab this one. I'm going to put this here like so. Now we can see that we do have a problem in these. What I need to do is I need to grab these separately. So I'm just going to click this on, grab these, G, Y, bring them down. And then I'm going to do the same with this, G, Y, bring them down. And then finally, I'm just going to move this one. So I'm going to press G, G, and then same for this, G, move them out. Maybe move this one back a little bit. And now let's have a look at the window. So now you can see the windows looking like this. We can see these bottom parts aren't right. This part is not right. So let's come into this one first. So let's grab it with all of it. So click this on, then it'll grab it all. Like so. S and Y, stretch it out a little bit. That one looks good now. And then we've got this one here and this one here. So let's have a look. Let's bring these up. So G, bring these up to there, and then G, bring these up to there, A, and then S and Y, pull them out. And then let's just fit them in, maybe a little bit smaller, like so. And then just this one into place, like so. And then finally, let's come to this one here, because I'm not happy with this one. It needs to be a little bit more dirt. So I'm going to grab it, G, put it in, and then let's look at this one. And the reason is because I'm going to put that one like that. All right, there we go. That's looking pretty nice. If we turn this on now, you'll see really, really nice. Now, the next thing we just want to make sure of is that the other parts, so these parts here are also light wood. So at the moment, if I click on this, you'll see that's light wood. Is this one light wood? No, it's not. So let's come in. And what we want to do is press Alt H actually. There we go. Now it's the right one. So L, L, all light wood. Double tap the A. Now let's have a look at it. Now it's finished. There we go. There's our window. All right, that's looking pretty nice. Now let's measure it up and make sure it's the right size before we do anything else. So let's go back to modeling. Finally in modeling mode, let's grab this. Let's press 1. And what we want to do is we want to make sure, how is this going to fit in place? So if I bring this up, is it going to be a nice size to fit in place? And I actually think that looks pretty nice. Yeah, that's looking really, really nice there. Put my rendered view on. There we go. Really, really nice window. Okay, now we've got that, what we want to do is we want to pull it back out because we want to actually call it a round window. So we're going to come up to here where you can see we've got all of these wall planes in here. We really don't want these in the wooden supports as well. So we've got to move all of those out. Unfortunately, probably better off cleaning up everything once we've actually finished, okay? Because it just takes so much work cleaning it up, because you need to make sure when you build anything that you're clicking on the right parts and things. The main thing is that we've got these laid out. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to close that up like so. I'm going to go to modular parts, right click, click new, and this one I'll call Windows. And then what I'll do is I'll grab this window. I'm going to press the little dot button, and then I'm going to move this into my window like so. And then I'm going to open it up. I'm going to close this one up. I'm going to call this round window like so. And I'm going to right click, mark as asset. And then I'm hoping, actually, I'm going to clear that asset, clear asset. Now, when I'm straight on now, I'm going to right click, mark as asset. And then what I'm going to do now, put this onto serial mode. I'm going to go over here, put my window in place with the rest of the things I've been building. Like so, double tap the A. And I want to keep it there anyway to make sure my other windows look good. Now let's go to Asset Manager. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go to, where is it, wall. It's going to be an unassigned. So there's my window. So I've got wooden blocks. So what I need to do is I need to make a new one. But I think what I'll do is I'll go to current file. Then I'll make a new one. And I'll call this Windows. Like so. Unassigned. Drop it in. Like so. And now, if I go to Windows, I'll save it out. I'm going to press Alt-H to bring back everything else. And if nothing's coming back, press the little question mark. There we go. And then what we can do is we can bring this window into, hopefully I can, 1 second. So I'm wondering why I've got that little mark on there. There we go, let's got that off. So Windows, maybe it was saving out, I'm hoping. Let's press 1. Let's bring it in. And for some reason, it hasn't gone around the right way. That's not how we wanted it. Let's go back and reset everything. So I'm going to remove this. So let's clear asset. Let's press dot to zoom in. Let's press 1. Let's press Control A, all transforms. So origin to geometry. And let's come over to our window. Let's right click, mark as asset, unassigned, drop it into Windows. Now let's go over and see if it's going to come in properly. So nope, still didn't come in properly. Never mind. I'm not sure why that actually is. But anyway, RY 90 and then RX minus 90. And let's drop this into the place where we want it. So it's going to be the second floor up. We can put it round about there. And what I'm going to do is drop it back. And you'll see now that what I was talking about. I can now put this right the way back into the wall, just in front of where the glass is. And you can see because I've done that, it actually looks now as though it's actually into the wall. It's got the illusion of it being into the wall without actually making a boolean or something like that. All right, finally, let's double tap the A. Let's save out our work. And then what we'll do now is we'll just have a quick look at what everything looks like. There we go. That is looking pretty nice. Now, while we're here, we might as well move around our sun rotation. So let's make it a little bit darker on this part. And there is what our window looks like. Pretty cool. All right, so let's put the rotation back. And then again, I'll put this onto modeling. And I think what we'll do on the next lesson is we'll actually probably start building this bit out. And finally, then we can probably start building around this bit. All right, one more save out. And I'll see you on the next one, everyone. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.